Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see, every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, rocking around the Christmas tree. Have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. Hi guys, this is how to play Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. We're using a capo at first fret so that we can play this in the key of G with all the major open chords that work with your G chord. So we're starting off for your intro with a bar of each chord, and we're playing a G major, an E minor, C major, and a D major. And then we're into your verse where we have a G chord for 2 bars. If we go for 1 strum per bar, that would sound like rocking around the Christmas tree, to a D chord for 2 bars at the Christmas party hop. And if we go through the rest of the first 2 lines of that verse, just to show you how that works, that would stay on a D. Mistletoe hung where you can see, every couple tries to stop. So we have 4 bars per line. The first line is 2 bars of a G chord, 2 bars of a D. Then we stay on that D for a further 3 bars for the second line and just 1 bar of G. From the top of the song, from the top of that verse, from a G chord in a 1, 2, 3, 4, rocking around the Christmas tree, to a D, Christmas party hop. Second line, 3 bars of D, mistletoe hung where you can see, every couple back to a G. And then that same chord sequence again, but it's different words, but same kind of cadence to the words, starting from your G. Third line in your chord sequence, 3, 4, rocking around the Christmas, to a D, Christmas spirit ring. Fourth line, later we'll have some pumpkin pie, stay on D, and then to a G. So that should be fairly straightforward to play on every beat. So let's go intro and a verse now, play on every beat. Your intro, G, E minor, C, D, and then following your chord sequence in the first verse. From the top of the song, from a G chord, nice and slow, Dave, in a 1, 2, every beat. G, 2, 3, 4, E minor. In a 1, 2, every beat. G, 2, 3, E minor. And a C, to a D, 2, into a verse, rocking around the Christmas D chord, happy lollipop. Stay on the D, mistletoe hung where you, for 3, every couple end on a G. That again, rocking around the Christmas tree, D chord, Christmas spirit ring. D chord again, later we'll have some pump for 3, and we'll do some end on a G. Nice and easy. Then we're into the kind of middle 8 section, or the B section of this song. You will get a sentimental feeling. We do have a B minor in this part of the song, which you can play as a 2nd fret or kind of 3rd fret proportionate to the capo, but within the first couple of frets we treat it proportionate to the capo, so it's going to be 2nd fret from where the capo is. A minor shaped bar chord, B minor. Or if you've never come across that before, what I'd recommend is the way that you play an A chord, move the first finger onto the 5th string, your little finger onto the 3rd string, onto the 1st string, sorry, So if you play like a standard 3 in a line A chord for me, Dave. A major 3 in a line. To get to this B minor chord, the easiest way to do it, move your first finger up a string and your third finger down a string. If we play that, that's your B minor chord. There'll be the chord diagram on my website if you click the link, the same place where this chord sheet is, so that you'll be able to play it. But that's a nice open chord way to play a B minor. Technically a B minor 7, but anywhere there's a B minor, that one will work. That's the second chord after a C chord in this section of the song. So from a C chord, you will get for 2 a sentimental feeling when you hear. So that one more time, because that's easily the hardest bit of this song. That C for 2 bars, B minor for 2 bars, whichever way you want to do it, that's the change that you will need to probably practice on this song. From your C chord, 1, 2, 3, 4. You will get for 2 mental B minor when you hear. Okay, one more time, because that's definitely the trickiest bit. From the C, 2, 3, 4. You will get a sentimental B minor, and again. And even that B minor chord, the open way of doing it, remember minor chords sound sad, so you want to make sure your minor chords are sounding sad on that point. E minor next, first 2 fingers preferably, for 2 bars again. Voices singing, and again, let's be jolly. A major, and we want to mute that A major straight away for Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly. So strum it really quick, and then we do a palm mute with the outside of your hand. So from that E minor again. Voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with, and on Boughs of Holly, it's a D chord. Boughs of Holly. That one line again. E minor, 2, 3, 4. Voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with D chord. Last time through that one line, E minor, 2, 3, 4. Voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. And then we basically return to the chord sequence that we were doing before, the Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree bit. So from the C chord, just to play this section B of this song, C chord once per bar, so C chords get strummed twice. In a 1, 2, 3, 4. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear E minor. Voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. And then just to finish off the song really, because the whole song is just a repetition of this, from a G chord, same as the verses before. G for 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. Beautiful. So that's your whole song. There's an instrumental part there which just does all the chords from the verse that happened before. So you're now exactly halfway through. It doesn't repeat the intro again. We just go back to that first verse and loop it from there. So let's go through everything from the intro, because if we can get to this part of the song, we can just loop it and then you can do the whole thing. From the intro, and let's go for every beat this time. From the G chord for 1 bar, G, E minor, C, D, every beat in a 1, 2, 3, 4. G, E minor, and a C, and a D, 2, 3, 4. Verse around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party. Second line, mistletoe hung where you can see every couple, then to a G. Third line, G chord, rocking around the Christmas, to a D, Christmas spirit ring. Last line of the verse, later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. Next section of the song, much trickier. We're going to need that proper C chord and then your B minor in a 1, 2, 3, 4. You will get a sentimental feeling. B minor again, E minor. Voices singing, let's palm mute your A chord. Deck the halls with D chord 3. Back to the top, rocking around the Christmas tree to a D chord for 2 bars. Stay on your D chord. Last line, everybody dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. And then you would have your saxophone solo where it goes back to top of the sheet, rocking around the Christmas tree. And that's your whole song. You just loop in that. So other strumming options, we could do the folk strumming pattern, thicker strings, everything. Put some upstrokes in there. Can you give us an example of that, Dave? Thicker strings, everything, like before, but still staying to the beat. The Christmas tree to a D chord. Yeah. If I was playing this in my band and I was trying to really jazz it up, it's a bit of an early rock and roll tune, so I'd be doing the status quo riff on the D chord, dun 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 dun. But that's just kind of my style of playing. But I think because there's that, I think that's the most appropriate way to do it, actually staying on the beat and not adding too many upstrokes on this particular one. So try and play along to the record is the best way to do this. With a lot of these Christmas songs, you can't play along to the record, so definitely stick the original on. This is a perfect one to strum along to that too. Check out the other Christmas songs on my website. There's quite a few of them up there now, and please subscribe if you'd like these free guitar lesson videos, and hopefully we'll see you again.